My name is Jeff. Today we're gonna make some delicious mushroom cheddar stuffed bacon cheddar stuffed mushrooms, and it's gonna be delicious. We're gonna need 2 tablespoons of delicious cayenne onions. We're also gonna need 6 bacons. Alright, so we have our delicious bacon. Let us take it out. We need 6 slices of bacon. This is about 66 slices of bacon. Let us count the bacon. 1 delicious cut piece of meat. 2 delicious pieces of cut bacon. 3 delicious pieces of dead pig. I'll mix things up. Do you like what you are seeing? Would you like to come down into my basement sometimes? We can cut bacon together. I can even cut your bacon and slice you up. Here we have 6 delicious bacon strips ready to go. Alright, so we are gonna put this in a skillet. The skillet is this delicious pan. And we are going to cook the bacon. Alright, so will you count with me? This is 1 delicious piece of dead pig. 2 delicious pieces of dead pig. I can hear the screams of the dead pigs already. We need to move their paws for now. Alright, count with me. I think that this is enough dead pigs for now. Let us see how the roasted skins are doing. You can see that. They seem to have gotten stuck here. They're quite warm, like my vengeance for death. What? Oh. You know, my mother used to lock me up in a cage. I was once locked up in a cage for 3 months. I had to nurture myself by eating nothing but dog hair. Much like it's a family recipe to have dog hair as something that you eat. As you can see, I am quite fond of dead pigs. My mother used to lock me up in a cage. I used to nurture myself by eating the pigs I was locked up with. We made a deal. I ate some of them and they ate some of me. Now we are going to set the bacon along with the onions. This will be our second recipe of the meal. For the dicing of the bacon, in order to be as sacred as possible, we will need to put our protection gloves off. so that we don't get any of the nuclear waste, the bacon. Can you hear the roasted corpses of what once had the audacity of being named a pig? In the world of my origins, we do not associate us with pigs. My mother associated me with a pig. She ended up being buried alive by me. So now every Wednesday I cut up pig meat and eat it. I roast my brethren. Now that we are done cutting up what I once dared to call my brethren, we must move on to the next recipe. Now we are to prepare the mushrooms, the main core of this recipe. We are going to remove the stems. We are going to do this 16 times until we are done. Now, this may seem hard because it is. But if we believe, we can do everything that we want to do. Now, I am going to attempt and remove these stems. This is the first time I have attempted to remove what's alive while it's alive. I don't live the most finest of lifestyles, but I have to deal with whatever I am given by God. This one shall not see the end of day. There are hours of hard working and cutting up the mushrooms. I found a way to cut them perfectly. We used about 16 boxes of these until I found the secret, of which I will not share with you, for you have not gained my trust. You do not put away the stems. Instead, you chop them. You are going to use this for later. You are going to put them aside for later. We are also almost done. Now we are on to our last recipe. This is chopped cheese. You are going to need 2 large tablespoons of butter. You are going to do the action as I am doing now, twice. Then, this is the tricky part. You either wash your hands or you get these special gloves. I will push this calmly into the pit of hell itself. Now on to the second time. This is quality butter, right from my home country of Faroe Islands. It is much like the Faroe Islands, except it is inhabited all by Russians. My cousin owns this channel of which you are watching. In this melted piece, you are going to pour the chopped cry apples into the cry of piss. You're also going to put this chopped up mushrooms of which the screams you can still hear in your head. You're also going to mix this in with everything else. When you have put all of this in, you are going to stir it like this. Do this until the onions feel soft, like your head when you were a baby, because your mother dropped you with rage after you drank her wine. Alright, so when you are done with your beautiful stir, your onions are all soft like you when you were a baby. You are going to put all of this in here. Then you are going to put the rest of the ingredients back with your beautiful stir of onions and mushrooms. I usually call my onions cry apples because you cry when you cut them. Cut them like that. This is beautiful cut cheese. Don't be afraid to taste them to see if they taste like dead children. They taste like the toddlers that I keep in my basement. Stop. And then you are going to stir them together. This you are going to do until it's all mixed up, like your life. Because you do not know what you do. Because you are a millennial and the system is too hard for your puny little human body. So, now that you are done with everything, you have your stirring mush done and your mushrooms clear and your oven is warm. You are going to put the mush into your mushrooms. Now remember to either put on gloves or wash your hands before you put it in because it is dirty. Also, I am deciding to put on gloves since my hands can never be washed of the shame of which my life holds. You are going to put about this amount in for the first time, and if you have enough, you are going to put more. Now I am going to stuff this like this. It is going to be a beautiful mush of deliciousness, of which I hope all of you can enjoy someday. Okay. When you are done, you are free to put as much cheese on as you want. For cheese, as everyone knows, is the best thing in the world. And the only way you can get more cheese is by putting more cheese on everything. Do this to every single mushroom or one mushroom. It is your choice. For we live in a free country of which you can do whatever you want. This is going to be a dinner, a snack, a celebration for communism, anything you want to do. It is your free choice. You are going to be careful as you put this in the oven of which the Jews scream with agony. This reminds me of the Holocaust, of when our great leader Hitler was still in charge. When your mushrooms have been on 200 degrees Celsius for about, I would say, 5 to 10 minutes, they are going to look like this. This looks, you might notice, is similar, as this looks like the chopped up head of a very unfortunate sheep of which walked into my path when I was a child. You are going to do, if I forgot to say, you are going to preheat your oven to 200 Celsius so you can put the soft-headed mushrooms in after you have done all the following steps. This is going to be serving as a snack for when your mother dies and you need something for her funeral, of which you're not going to attend. This can also be used as a celebration meal for when your mother dies. Either is working. This can also be used as a dinner, but then you are going to need an immense amount of mushrooms. You are going to eat these mushrooms, or you are going to put these mushrooms up your ass. We are now going to do a taste. When your mushrooms are done, they are going to look like this. We are now going to do a taste test. This mushroom is filled with a lot of bacon, some cheese, onions, and of course its own corpses. We are now going to try it. Tastes like my own soul. Be sure to subscribe, put on push notifications, and like this video of which you have just wasted 15 minutes on.